What's up, football fans? Mackenzie here with legendary coach John Gruden, head and founder of the FFCA. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with me.
Oh, you're welcome. It's great to see you again.
We are just a few weeks away from preseason, less than 2 months away from season kickoff. Can you feel the juices flowing yet?
A little bit. I was down in Louisiana at the Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, Archie Manning passing camp, so that kind of gets me in the groove, and I'm anxious to open training camp and get on with it.
See, I've been following you along on all of these little stops on social media. Have you had a favorite so far?
Well, Thibodaux, Louisiana, the Manning camp was fun. I got to throw out the first pitch at a baseball game. I really enjoyed that. I'm a big St. Louis Cardinal fan. Been back to Tennessee, where my wife is from, so I've been in and out and been opening up some boxes, and I'm studying the NFC South really hard right now. I'm doing a preview on them, so I'm just trying to stay caught up with what's going on in football and have some fun in the process.
Any count on how many boxes you've gotten so far?
We're over 100. I think we got 124. I think that was the last count. But it's been so much fun to familiarize yourself with the fan bases of different colleges. We've had some NFL teams, hockey teams, baseball. We even got the head coach of the Indiana Pacers sent something. And it's just been a lot of fun to get familiar and make some new friends and learn some cool things.
You know, we're here in the FFCA. I'm curious, what sort of qualities have you seen in fired coaches that set them apart?
Everybody that's a coach is going to get fired or has been fired, so we all have that in common. But a lot of the people that come in here are current coaches or current players, and they come in here to get a different perspective. Usually they send an email of things they want to cover. I get the tapes ready, and we just study football and try to get 1 or 2% better, but we try to isolate some problems or some things we want to get better at, and it's been a really cool operation here for the last several years.
What separates a good film room guy from a great one?
Effort. You know, a lot of people, they pick up their answers on the phone. They just Google it. This artificial intelligence will take you so far. But I think people that actually do the work, that put the labor in, those are the guys I love. And you can tell, you know, you ask specific questions. Did you see the play against so-and-so? And if they jump through it and they say, yeah, I saw that, and they tell you about it, you know they watched it. But there's a lot of people that have shallow preparation. There's a lot of people that go in depth. And those are the champions. Those are the guys I like to hang around with.
Does that just apply for coaches, or can you see those qualities in players too?
Oh, it applies in all walks of life. I think you see it in restaurants. You see it every walk of life. Even that's a problem with my golf game. I cannot get up and down from anywhere. I can't hit the ball as far as I used to. I'm just not working at it. And repetition is the mother of learning. And if you don't get reps, you don't get better.
What was that moment in your life that you realized coaching was the career you wanted to pursue?
Well, I wanted to be a player. I mean, I was working out all the time. I wanted to be a player, major college, NFL, whatever. Quickly, I realized that wasn't going to happen. So I knew just to stay close to football, I had to get into coaching. My dad was a coach. I grew up in South Bend, Indiana. My dad was with Notre Dame, and that fight song and Joe Montana at quarterback, how do you not learn to love it? And I still have the bug. I still love it, and I can't wait for the season to start.
You see, that's something my brother always holds over me, is the fact that I know the entire Notre Dame fight song. I couldn't tell you a word of the Washington and Lee fight song.
I couldn't either, to be honest with you. Washington and Lee, I'm trying to think of the chorus. No.
Now, Coach, I'm not sure how much Washington and Lee football game tape you've browsed in your free time, but if there's one thing I do have to shout out the program for, it's the fact that we were never a clapping team, which I know you've got some strong opinions of.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I'm into communication. I love recognition, recognize the defense, recognize the matchup, the front, the coverage, the blitz. You got to recognize it if you're the center or you're the quarterback. And when you recognize it, you got to communicate. And then it leads to high levels of execution, but you got to communicate. You just can't stand back here and clap your hands. It's, to me, disrespectful, and I hate it, and I'm on a mission to end it all.
You know, one of the other unique things about the program, I will say, is the fact that we ran triple option out of shotgun formation, which I don't think you see often these days. Any thoughts?
No, not really. I know everybody's running some form of a read option now. The quarterback has got to be able to keep it and run with the ball, and they have built-in bubble screens. But everybody's got some form of the triple option now. Unfortunately, all the offenses are starting to look the same, if you know what I mean. Friday night football looks like Saturday football, and Saturday football starting to look like Sunday football.
How are you seeing these teams implement more of those modern twists on those, age-old formations?
Well, I just went to the Baltimore Ravens. I was up there for a few days, and that's a team that can really do it all. They can get Lamar back there in a shotgun, and they can do all the things that you're talking about at the highest level. And then they can get under the center and turn around and hand the ball to a beast, Derrick Henry. And then they can fake it to him and throw all kind of down the field routes, multiple tight ends. I mean, the Ravens, the Lions, those are my two favorite offenses to study, and I think a lot of coaches that I know are doing the same.
What is it about the Ravens and Lions that set them apart?
Well, I think they have a professional offense. You can tell that they're full-time football players and coaches. I don't think they're doing anything that's elementary. I mean, they're checking plays at the line of scrimmage. They have multiple ways to attack you. 2 tight ends, 3 tight ends, no tight ends. 2 backs, 1 back, no back. Tons of formations, tons of different types of routes. And it's a fun offense to watch. It's challenging.
How have you seen the QB position evolve over the past 10, 20 years?
Well, obviously the quarterback is a designed runner now. He's an extra running back. And he's a guy that's not only keeping it on zone reads and triple options, but they're running quarterback power plays, off-tackle draw plays. They're running all kind of designed runs. So that quarterback, he better get a bigger pair of shoulder pads because he's carrying the ball over 100 times a year at a lot of places. In some places, he's the leading rusher. So that's what I see. I don't see a lot of colleges servicing a drop back passer. I don't know where they would play. I don't know where Peyton Manning would go to college. I don't know where Tom Brady would go to college today because I know they're not running a zone read. And I don't know where the offensive linemen are that are learning the nuances of pass protection, how to protect these true pocket passers. That's the biggest change to me.
Let's look a little bit farther in that positioning. Are there any fullbacks that you think in the early 2000s would just stand out in today's NFL?
I don't see anybody using a fullback really.
Yeah.
You know, they're pretty much extinct. That's why I do love the Ravens because they have Patrick Ricard. He's 295 pounds. He looks like, I mean, that I formation with Derrick Henry at tailback and Ricard at fullback, it gets me excited. It got me feeling nicey. Ooh, you know what I mean? But I don't see very many teams that use a fullback anymore. I think very few teams use a 2-back set, period.
What is it about mentoring young quarterbacks that really fuels you?
Well, that's pretty much all I've done my whole life, really, is try to help a quarterback get better. You know, learning defenses, learning how to attack coverages, different drills, different snap counts than that. I just really get excited about that position playing at a high level. I think if your quarterback plays really good, you got a chance to win. If your quarterback doesn't, there's a good chance you'll be at the FFCA with me. You'll be fired. It's important.
What are some of those elements of that ideal snap count, apart from clapping? Don't do what I just did.
Well, I think the big thing is you have to come off the ball. You know, your offensive line, they know what the snap count is. The defense doesn't. You got to be able to time your motions, and you got to be soaring off the ball. You got to come storming off the ball, man. You got to get pad level and capture the line of scrimmage. I don't know what you do. All these false starts that I'm seeing, it's a direct result of this. Hell, the guy over there is clapping in the stands. The coach is clapping on the sidelines. Somebody hears a guy clap and they false start in a critical situation. It makes me sick. So I think the idea of a snap count is to keep the defense off balance, help the offense come off the ball, time up your motions, and get after their ass. That's what I think.
See, every time you bring up any question, you always speak with so much passion. I've got to know, what is it about this game that you love so much?
Well, I think we all find something in our life that we love. And I was encouraged by my parents. My mom, she was a great teacher. She taught all of us, my 2 brothers and I, to find our passion, whatever it is, and chase it. My older brother was into being a doctor. He's a radiologist. He's been all over the world, and he loves that stuff. I just wanted to be a coach. And, ever since I was 17, 18, 19 years old, I've been a junkie. And fortunately, I found my passion. I think there's a lot of people that might not have found their passion yet. And I encourage them, find it, keep looking. And when you get it, chase it down, man. Keep your vision, keep your focus, and go get it.
What did those early years for you look like when you had all of the different playbooks, columns, whatever you had in front of you? How did you absorb this information of early football?
Well, I isolated one position. I wanted to be a quarterback coach. That's all I wanted to do. And fortunately, I got around Walt Harris at Tennessee, who's a great offensive coach, great quarterback coach. Then I got around Mike Holmgren, great coach of the Packers. Then I got around Paul Hackett, great quarterback coach. And pretty soon, if you're studying and you're listening to these great quarterback guys, and you're going to clinics here and clinics there and clinics over there, quarterback guys, pretty soon, you know what? You learn a little bit about quarterbacks. And I think it's helped me, and I think I still today try to find new ways to do things, like at the Manning Passing Academy. I mean, there's a lot of new drills, a lot of new plays, and a lot of different tempos. That's exciting, man. I get excited every year to learn something.
What's one lesson you would give a young QB before entering his first NFL game?
Well, it's hard to say one thing. I mean, the first thing is, you got to take care of the ball. You got to know what the hell you're doing. You got to take care of the ball. You touch it every play. Don't botch a handoff. Don't throw an interception. Take care of the ball. Give us a chance to win the game. But your job is to move the ball, put points on the board, and find a way to win this game. But one specific thing, I think it all starts with ball security, and it's not as easy as it looks.
These guys, these quarterbacks that you're talking to now, they grew up watching you when they were just tykes wanting to play at the professional level. How does that make you feel getting the chance to talk to them now?
Well, we really enjoy it. I mean, from the 8th grade guys to the 12th grade guys to the seniors in college to the NFL players, they all come through here and we laugh. They all want to be challenged. They all want to get better. And they all are, I think, interested in being coached hard. They don't want to have, oh, we'll give you an NIL contract here. You want to do a commercial? You want to sign some autographs? Stop clapping, learn to snap count. You know what I mean? Get up there, draw the front, draw the coverage. What's the best play against man-to-man in a bunch formation? They like it. And I think that's what makes a player better is when you put them in game-like situations. And again, I'm sure I'm not for everybody. I know there's plenty of quarterbacks out there. It's Gruden, get him away from me.
Well, how would you describe your coaching style?
I don't know.
How would others describe your coaching style?
That's a good question. I'll let you ask Rondé Barber or some of your future interviewees. I just try to be myself. I try to raise the expectation. I've always tried to stir the pot of emotions every day. Some days you walk in there, and you try to make them laugh. I mean, really try to make these guys laugh and do whatever you have to do to get a laugh out of somebody. And then the next day you might piss them off. You might really tick them off on purpose. And then the next day you try to fire them up. And then you might even try to make them cry one day. But you got to make it interesting. You got to get them excited about competing at the highest level and having some fun in the process.
Was there a particular year where that team was the easiest to get them to laugh?
Well, my last Raider team, we had a great group of guys, young players. We were getting young and we were having fun. I get emotional talking about that group, but we had a lot of fun. Meetings were fun, practices were fun, and the trips on the road were fun. I remember going overseas playing a game in London, and I saw some of our players out on a golf course playing hide-and-go-seek. I said, it's a little too much now. I've really taken pride in trying to have more fun the older I got. When I was a younger coach, I'm sure I was a royal pain in the ass.
You mentioned NIL earlier. How do you think this structure will impact these college players' transition into the pros?
I don't know. We're going to find out. I think it's great. Everybody's getting paid. I just think there needs to be some law and order here. I don't know if there's a salary scale. I don't know if this guy makes $1 million, this guy gets nothing. You can pick up and leave anytime you want. I just don't know where the rules are going to actually come in and play. I don't like seeing some of the teams in the mid-majors, like the Mid-America Conference, getting picked over. I don't like a coach recruiting these players and developing them for 3 years and losing 7 starters. I don't like that, but this is not a soapbox. You got to adapt or die, and I think that's what people are doing.
I know you could talk football until the day you die, but I'd love to know a little bit more about you. Are there any other sports that you find a similar passion for?
I like all sports. I mean, I've learned hockey. Now I've been up to St. Louis Blues. I've been up watching the Blues hockey team. I sat up there with Chris Pronger, the MVP of the NHL. He's been teaching me hockey. Hell, I love to golf. I love baseball. I mean, I was a good baseball player. Love to hit the ball, love to field, love to pitch, love to go to a ball game. I like basketball. I don't love the three-point shot anymore. I think that's all starting to look the same. Hover around the three-point line, dribble, drive, kick out, shoot another three. I'm not a big fan like I used to be, but I do like all sports, and I love competitors. I love watching people compete.
That's where you and I first met, was on the golf course. I'm curious what that Venn diagram looks like between the skills that make a good golfer, in your opinion, and the skills that make a good football player.
Well, golf's an individual sport. You got to do it all yourself. Play quarterback, you can throw a check down and get on with your life. In golf, you got to hit the tee shot, you got to hit the second shot. Good God, you got to make some of these putts. It's a tough sport, man. It's by far, I think, the hardest sport that I've played. But the more you play it, the better you get at it. You do have some resources that you can take advantage of. A good pro at the country club, if you can afford a lesson, can really help you.
What's the best part of your game?
Actually, I'm finishing holes.
Okay.
I'm getting legitimate bogeys, legitimate double bogeys, legitimate pars. I don't lose balls. I don't waste shots. I keep the ball in play. That's the best part of my game, and I've learned that's the most important part of the game. Because if you can save 5 or 6 penalty shots, that's a great way to improve. But I'm a good putter. I'm a good iron player. I'm an average off the tee guy. I'm an average golfer, but I play every hole as a par 5, you see. If I shoot even par, I shoot 90. But sometimes the guys ask me, what'd you shoot, Gruden? I said, I was 3 under. They say, no
87.
Yeah, but they don't think it's 87. They think it's 70, 68 or whatever. I was 2 under. I was even today. I was 1 over.
See, I need to adopt that mentality. I wish I could have gone into college golf with that mentality.
Well, you can't do that in college golf. I mean, college golf's for real. I mean, you young people, the clubs we're hitting, the balls we're using. I mean, I think about the old days when Jack Nicklaus was playing. My dad was playing. I was caddying for him in the mid-'70s, early '80s. They didn't have Pro V1s. They didn't have these titanium graphite shafts. I mean, some of these clubs we're using and some of the balls we're hitting, it's a lot different than a wood-shafted club with a little head on it. Some of these driver heads, they're like souped-up freaking rocket ships. You know what I mean? But anyways, I envy you young guys and the way you can get that club back there. It's sweet.
It's that flexibility. It's something that my mom always said, the earlier you get into golf, the better it'll be for you.
Yeah, no doubt. It's a grip too.
Oh, yeah.
There's a power grip, and if you try to change your grip this late in the game like I did, it doesn't help you. It frustrates you. So I'm back to my old crappy grip and my bogey golf game.
So how much trash talking is going on the course when you're just out with a casual foursome with your buddies?
That's just how I play. I try to get my partner, and we're playing against you guys, and, we might have a little trash talk. And some of the trash talk is original stuff, too. It's stuff that I really work on behind the scenes.
See, my favorite is the shot clock on my brother, because he takes about 16 to 18 waggles.
I can't do that. Your brother drove me crazy. I'd rather put my finger in the door and shut it than play golf with your brother. I mean, I got car sick watching him waggle, like 73 waggles on one hole, 14, 18, 19, and 22. That's a lot of waggling.
But a
lot of sweat and a lot of time wasted.
I do have to ask, who won that final matchup?
Exactly.
Coach?
Exactly. It's a shame.
See, it could have all been a tactic. It could have been strategic.
You're lucky I didn't quit after the 3rd hole. I thought about quitting. I can't take it. I can't have a 3-hour, 9-hole match. Can't do it. I got to hit it and get it.
See, the good thing is, yes, it's 20 waggles, but he's making birdies left and right, so it's
Yeah.
not as many shots.
That's a double whammy. Guy takes forever and then drills you. It takes forever and then he just gouges you. He kicks your ass. That was a tough day for me. What else we got? Anything?
Any particular parts of this upcoming season that you're most excited for?
Well, I got a new job. I'm working with Barstool. That's what I'm most excited about. It's a new team. Got some really cool young people I'm working with that love sports. Trying to find my niche, trying to find a way I can contribute to the team. College sports, pro football, whatever it may be. So I'm really excited about this Barstool transition, and I just want to do good at it.
How have you felt the new job has resparked that love for football and being able to talk publicly about it?
Yeah, I didn't say much for the last couple of years, and now I'm opening boxes. I'm having some fun, and we're going to do some technical football. We did 6 Gruden's QB class shows. They were received pretty good, I thought. The guys did a great job, and we're going to try to do some really cool stuff this fall.
Football it's spreading. I mean, we've got it in the Olympics upcoming. Any thoughts on what to expect?
In the Olympics?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I don't know what the Olympics are becoming. We have a sport for everybody now, but I don't know. Flag football in the Olympics, I think I'll miss that. I think I'll have to miss that one.
How about how the sport has been growing for the younger generation?
Well, I mean, I love the idea of the Olympics having flag football. I think the game is not growing. I think the game is dying. I go to places in Pennsylvania. I go to places in Ohio. Here in Florida, our numbers are way down. And I'm telling you like it is. I go to these schools. Some of these public schools are dying. And we got to save the game. And I'm not talking about a 7-on-7 passing tournament or flag football. I'm talking about real football. We're in trouble. Coaches aren't coaching anymore. Players aren't playing. And there's a lot of competition for people's time. I understand that. But I think the benefits of playing football for me was I learned about my mental toughness. That's where I got it. Learned how to compete. Learned teamwork. Learned accountability and discipline and sportsmanship and some qualities that I would have never got by not being on a team. So I've been going a lot of places to just try to encourage young people, get out there and play. And I'm encouraging young coaches to get back out there on the field and help these kids get better.
What's the answer on how to revive the game?
I don't know. I don't know. I just want to. I think people have player safety concerns. I think, like I said, there's competition for time now. There's these things called cell phones and video games. People would rather do that. But I think the benefit of being on a team, playing for a really good coach, is really meaningful. But I think in some places it's being diminished. Players are being taken out of this high school into this really good private school. And this poor school now gets their ass kicked 75-17. That's not right. So we have a lot of things that we got to figure out here and navigate through. But somebody's got to come out and support these schools. And that's what we're trying to do. We can't help everybody, but we sure are encouraging people to play and doing the best we can.
Through all your travel so far, has there been any kid, any standout with the same love of football that you had growing up that sort of resparked your hope?
Yeah, that's why I went to the Manning passing camp. I like to be around like-minded people. Kids that go there, they love football. There's 1,500 campers, 200 different coaches, guys that'll play the game and coach the game for nothing because they love the game. So that's where I go. I go there and I get rejuvenated, and now I'm ready to go, ready to get to work.
Coach, before I let you go, any last message about what people can expect from you this upcoming season?
No, I have no idea. I'm just doing the best I can, try to work hard, try to make somebody smile, and if we can teach somebody a little thing or two that we've learned, we're going to try to do that as well. But I'm also eager to keep learning and meet new people, and if you see me out there on the street, make sure you say hello to me. I'd love to meet you.
I can't thank you enough for your time, Coach. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you, Mackenzie. Appreciate you.